Alright, so here we go. You've just taken your vehicle down and got your wheels balanced, rotated, or tyres fitted, and they've over-tightened one of your wheel studs and it's snapped off. We haven't got a snapped off one at the moment. We haven't got one on a vehicle, but before I get rid of this into the scrap, I'm going to salvage a couple of studs and a bit of a DIY style. I was just going to quickly show you. They come out fairly easily usually, but this is a video, so you just need something like, ideally a pin punch, something flat on the end. The shorter the better, that's the right size. You need to look at the job, so you need to know how to hit a hammer to there by, using other sensors if you like, not your eyes, because if you're looking there, you might slip and whatever. You really need to look what you're doing, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, and there's one with a point on it. We're going to try that one as well. We're going to do a couple of old punches we got there, just to see what happens now. I don't know how much stability we're going to have with it not on the vehicle now. On the vehicle, obviously, you've got to take your wheel off. You've got to take your rotor off to access this. And yes, they will come out behind, front or rear, I believe. Not that I've ever changed any or many, except for when, see what happens, wobbling. So that's not the best. Works better when it's fixed to the vehicle. We could probably put it in a vise, but let's see what happens. See if I can slam my hand, right? Because I'm just going to go for that one right in the middle there, right? You can look there, or you can whatever you want. But I'm just going to see if it comes out. Let's just see if it's moving, right? Let's just have a look. Yeah, it's already moved. You want to see that? It's already moved a little bit, so come out pretty easy. Oh, don't hit it too hard. Bang. So 3 hits and it's out. That's how. If they've broken one off for you, right? It's going to be snapped off there. What happens if they over tighten them? They just stretch, right? So give you the tip, if you feel that you're tightening up your wheel nuts and it just doesn't feel right and it seems to be just taking more and more and more before it clicks, it's probably already been stretched, right? Here it's going to hit the bolt, but I don't really care. That's probably a good thing for me. This video is mainly so I can hit my hand and you can go, and we can all have a laugh, right? Let's see if this comes out or not. There you go, out it came. 3rd hit. Was that 3rd hit? Must be a bit of a pattern going on here, right? 3rd hit, no damage yet, I don't think. So there's 2. And you can have these if you want. So if you happen to know that you've got an issue and you're coming to see me for anything. I did get a bit of damage, look. Must have caught the side of the nail at the corner there, but anyway. You get that when you're sloppy, right? We need to get on an angle so you can see how bad I'm doing. All right, let's come and bring it around here. Did I slam my finger? You'll have to rewind and do it in slow motion, right? So lots of little taps doesn't work. You kind of got to get a bit. But when it goes through, that one hasn't moved yet, see? So you got to hit it a bit harder. And if you put in a vise, it'll work better. But when you slam your finger, when it comes out, that's not the good part. No, just joking. Didn't actually. So there's 3. Point is, you can see how many hits they take. They come out pretty easy. Look, they're just not like on a spline. See that little spline there? Right. So there's nothing holding them in. Right, and you're going to ask some more questions now. Yeah, so you just sit them in place like that. Give it a bit of a tap, whatever you can. But when you tighten up your wheel nuts, they're going to pull in. That's part of what the torque setting's for. They'll pull into place. Just do it up and then take it off again and have a look and make sure it does. If you want, you can put, a couple of washers there and use your wheel nut and use that to pull it in. Whatever you want. It's going to come home in the end. Now, we used this one, didn't we? Let's try well, this is what do you call this? I forgot my name. That's called a pin punch, isn't it? Because it's like a pin. This one's called a center punch because it's got a point in the center. I don't really care which one you use. Either one's probably going to work. This one, maybe I've got less chance. I've actually got another one, and it's got that, the rubber guard where you protect your hand. That's actually a really good idea because minor injuries, but you can see the little in the nail there. But it's all little things for people that don't know. I'm sure there's people that do this better than me, whatever. So you can hold it like that if you're scared, ready to go, whatever, but you might just smash your fingers. I kind of prefer to hold it like that. So if you're going to hit something, you hit your whole hand. There it is. That one came out pretty. So do you see what I mean? Holding it like that was kind of a bit. And either one will work, right? 1, 2, 3. It's going to be another one. or two. There you go. Right, we're just tapping it, right? The idea, you don't want to damage a thread, right? So you don't want to be forever tapping it, because anything that you smack the end of, it's going to sort of mushroom over and damage a thread. Now, I didn't think of this, but let me just grab a wheel nut, because we've got one not too far away. And what we'll do, we'll just make sure on camera, no cut. So we've got a couple of spares here, right? Make sure none of them are, no issue there. So we've got one spare. Two spares. Three spares, you know if they start, they're all good. We've got a few spares, right? We're not going to keep heaps. If somebody says to me, hey, I need some, you can see I don't like doing this, right? But if you're coming to pick up some parts, yeah, I can help you out with some of these for free, because guess what? They're about 10 bucks each from Toyota, these, genuine. Don't use aftermarket crap. You know what works, right? So anyway, when you get these wheel bearing assemblies office, which somebody has, as you can see, it's not really worth me doing this. I don't normally do this. Just doing a video for you, so please press like if you learnt something or that's helpful. There's some studs we've taken out. Obviously the O-ring was still in really good condition. The bolts, you can't get them out, right, unless you're going to use a grinder or whatever, or split the hub. Again, not worth the time, because new hubs, for obvious reasons, we've talked about how well these seal. The new one's much better, and the quality surface on the back of it where that seal runs along it. So in case, just off topic again, you know, if you need your front Prado or Hilux front wheel bearing assemblies, that's what this is all about. That's what these are. So hopefully that's helped you. And if you're in Australia and you need those Prado front hubs, just check out my playlist, how to buy my kits. I think there's one called front wheel bearing. Check out the playlist. Thanks for watching, guys. Like button, subscribe, turn the bell on, bada bing. Hopefully that helps you. See ya.